The most important thing is to keep it simple. Don't overwhelm yourself. If you overwhelm yourself, you're going to overwhelm your members. And the last thing you want is for them to feel this sense of, oh my gosh, there's so much in here, I don't know where to start. And you lose them before you even get them. And so I think it's very easy for us to, especially as community creators, as entrepreneurs, to really overthink the whole community thing. And you want to keep it simple. It's going to change. It's going to ebb and flow. You want it to ebb and flow. You don't want it to be the same. And there's a whole lot I could get into on that, and I will not, because that's not the session. But you do want to make sure to keep it simple. It doesn't have to be perfect, and just start. One of the tips that I use is I'll create hyperlinks to get to different sections, and I over deliver my information. So in my onboarding, my start here space, let's say, I'll have my onboarding challenge. And if I also have that, I'll have a list. If I also have that gamified as a course, I'll have a link over to the course. In the course, as they're doing the things, I have a link to the next section or to wherever they need to go. And then in the emails that I send out, so I send out 3 onboarding emails. That is, and I space those out. I don't know if anybody has any interest in going over those at all, but I space those out a little bit. And all I'm doing is repeating what I've already said in the onboarding. And so it's just each email is a little bit different. Of course, you're welcoming them and all of that, but you're repeating the information because everybody takes it in differently. So some people like to read it in email, some people hate emails. And so you want to make sure that that information is placed in different ways. The other thing in community that I feel, and people may disagree with me, that's fine, is that you can't over communicate. If you put an event in your event space, not everybody is going to see that because they're going to forget to look. But if you also have it sending out an email, and you also put a thing in your community, a notification in your community the morning of, if you notice that you're not getting a lot of people to sign up, hey, don't forget that we've got this great thing coming up. Make sure you go over here, always linking to the place that you want to go. And the last thing I'll say on that is make sure that really, and I touched on it before, but you're really giving them almost what feels like to you too much information, because everybody sees it differently. Everybody absorbs information differently. You're not going to be. I've got a very tiny community and I've already had, oh, I didn't see that. And that's my fault because I didn't over communicate. And so it's just critical, no matter how small or big the community is. So
Heather, we had a couple questions in the Zoom chat specifically about this. I think one of the things I love that you said was talking about just over communicating. What a lot of people don't know is that the best community builders in the world just say the same things 30 times. And that's how you move everybody in the right direction. I think even like Katie and I were checking, and before every Heartbeat event, Katie, I think there's 15, maybe 20 touch points to let people know that there's an event going on. So we over communicate a ton just to get these rooms filled.